All right, here we are in the finals. Yes, we will continue to play first. Sorry about that. That was my fault. Ye old six lander, huh? Yeah, I'm going to have to mulligan this one. I mean, a turn 4 Baloth and all our mana is like tempting because we could draw a bunch of spells. But man, every land we draw from here on out is really miserable. So I'm going to ship this one back. Okay, I like this one. See what color we're up against, but we might just run that Goblin Shortcutter out there if we feel like we can get him through. Yeah, I'm going to run him out there. We don't really have a big setup plan here for getting this Shortcutter anything amazing, so I think just getting in some early damage with it. I mean, it's not like setting up a turn 3 Advocate and then Goblin Shortcutter use so that I can get my Advocate through. That doesn't really do anything. That's basically the same thing as just running out the Shortcutter, except for we actually use our mana to develop our board. All right, Sliver Construct, you say. Interesting decision that we have here. So we have like I think 3 options. One is attack with both and offer the trade, which seems fine. The second is to just Chandra's Outrage this thing and hit him for 4, which is a little short-sighted, I think. The third is just to attack with Advocate and then play another Advocate. That keeps our Goblin Shortcutter back. But I think that given the fact that this is a Sliver Construct, specifically, I think we should do it. We have a couple of reasons for this. The first one is that it's a Sliver. So if he's going to play this card, there's a decent chance that he's got other good Slivers in his deck, and this could become a lot better. In which case, this becomes a lot better. The other thing that we have to consider is we've got the Academy Raiders, and this guy can actually block them. So getting that thing out of the way is actually not bad for us. And we're kind of rewarded here in that he doesn't, in fact, have... He didn't block. So he's probably got... Yeah, here's another Sliver. Now this one makes mana. And then he's got another Sliver here. Okay. So we've got decisions to make here for sure. All right. This gets really interesting now because firing off this Enlarge is pretty darn tempting here, though killing his Mana Weft Sliver, that's a big one. Yeah, I'm going to do that. So I'm going to be killing his Mana Weft Sliver. That means that all of his mana color problems are solved, and he also just has 5 cards in hand, and he can just cast anything in the set, basically. And I just don't want to let him have that opportunity, so we're going to get rid of this thing right now. That puts him down to 6 and puts him in Enlarge range as well. So this is a big tempo play for us, and we're just hoping that he's going to stay back. He's going to attack with both. I mean, man, that Mana Weft Sliver plus Sentinel Sliver is pretty insane. He can attack with his guys, tap him for mana post-combat. Let's see what he comes up with. Another Sliver Construct. That's not really going to do it. So I think we Enlarge Goblin Shortcutter. It runs over one of these constructs, and it puts him in just a horrible position. Another tempo play here. We're really trying to leverage our tempo, and yeah, he just can't really win out of that spot because he has to block 2 things on the other guy, and then he has to chump block the other, and it just gets really ugly for him. I'm definitely going to bring in a Naturalize here, and I think the Smelt as well. I think that that's good enough. When it becomes a 1-for-1 removal spell with a 3-drop creature, especially one that looks pretty important in his deck, that's pretty decent, and I'm pretty happy to have that in there. The Naturalize also kills those and then has the random other upside. Windstorm can go pretty easily. What else, though? Maybe one of the Academy Raiders. Molten Birth seems fine. Shortcutter's not really our best card no matter what. I guess I could just go with this. Yeah, let's just try this one out. The Naturalize is a more flexible option. It still kills that. If we see more targets, then we'll bring in both. But I think hedging a little bit, because I mean ultimately, we have to recognize that it's not very exciting to kill a Sliver Construct with our is like one for one isn't that great. Even though it's instant speed and cheaper, it's still like not that exciting. We'll mulligan this one. Now do we keep? This is not a great hand. We need a whole lot of things to go right for us. I mean, sure, we can play Barrage of Expendables, but we need to draw 4 lands, 3 lands in a row just to be able to cast a Woodborn Behemoth. I'm going to mulligan this one too. And I have to mulligan this one, unfortunately. I don't think I'm going to mulligan this one, though it's obviously terrible. The ones that I'll usually mulligan, like that 6 card hand, are the ones where I need to draw 2 distinctly separate things to make the hand good, namely lands and spells that are within like a certain casting cost range and color range. I hate those hands. I mean, they're tempting to keep, and you can draw out of them. It's not impossible. But, man, sometimes you don't. And those are the ones that look better than they are. I mean, that hand was not good. Maybe it's a keep, though. I don't know. I definitely don't like this hand, I'll tell you that. All right. Thunderstrike. Not the literal worst card to draw, but it's up there. Of course, anything that's not a land at this point has a big strike against it. Drawing a mountain there would have been really, really good. Hopefully he doesn't have another one. All right, well, mountain's still pretty live here. Don't really know which one I would kill. Well, there's our mountain, so now I have to decide. This one obviously looks better going into the future. Yeah, I'm gonna kill this thing. Actually, you know what I'm going to do? I'm going to run out Firecat. That's what I'm going to do. This puts him to a decision of, and I'll get a read here based on what I'm going to block either one that he attacks with, but I'm curious to see what he plays. All right, Manawef Sliver, Bubbling Cauldron. That's a little weird. No attacks. All right, good job, Firecat. Way to hold down the fort. And do I destroy the Manawef Sliver this time? No, I don't think I do. He's gonna have potentially 5 mana anyway with his land drop for the turn, so I just can't quite bring myself to do it here. Yeah, all right. I will take that damage, sir. All right, well, I'm going to shock that thing. Because right now it looks like our Firecat is holding down the fort somehow. He's going to sack it, but whatever, as long as it's gone. Ooh. All right, let's win some coin flips here. No, of course I don't want to choose heads. Are you crazy? What? Unbelievable. Shocking that we lost that coin flip. I'm not going to start attacking yet. He's at 24. We've got a long way to go. And even though I wouldn't hate either of these trades, I'd rather keep it back. And there's a Sliver Construct. He's definitely going to start sending that in. So hopefully we draw a land here. All right. This trade I will definitely make. Because I still have this trade available as well. All right. Advocate's a good one here too. I can leverage the Advocate to trade off with an Elemental for this thing, but I think I'm just going to take this. I'd rather, oh, there we go. I'd rather draw that, but I was going to say I was going to use my my Thunder Strike here, but this is just awesome now because now we get to start doing a little of this. And all of a sudden my stuff's just going to be much bigger, so okay, we're in business. He has no cards in hand, so I believe I can just start attacking here, actually. Because if he wants to get greedy, we will accommodate that. And if not, he takes 5, it becomes a 6/6, and we slam Woodborn Behemoth, which just a good job blocking as well. All right. Hopefully we can get out of this. This Mold of 4, that's a tough one to come back from, but we got a little value early here. He's flooded out a little bit. He's playing some kind of mediocre cards for his deck, it looks like. Bubbling Cauldron kind of randomly in the deck. And he's drawn another land, so keep it up. And we did too, so this thing's getting bigger and bigger as well. Let's see here. If I attack, this thing can become 6 first strike. Yeah, I'm going to start beating him down here because he can't really afford to start cracking back to us because we've got chump blockers. And he's looking to take 10 damage here potentially. And I'm going to get a 2-for-1 off of this Thunder Strike here. And that's going to make that Rumbling Baloth just better and better and better here. Okay, first strike. And Rumbling Baloth is now a 7/7, so he's going to have to find something pretty sweet. He doesn't need much, you know, just a Death Touch creature or something would halt the proceedings quite nicely for him, but looks like he can't find anything. We're both out of cards, but the ones that he had extras of looks like they turn themselves into lands, and all of a sudden we're in the driver's seat here. I'm going to be attacking him for a ton this next turn. I'm actually going to ship the whole team in there. I don't care if he eats an elemental. If he wants to block one of these, then he's got to take like 14 damage. All right. I mean, this is not good for him. I don't know if there's a card in the set. I mean, I guess... Yeah, because his Mana Weft is dead, so he can't even cast Planar Cleansing here. Sliver Construct. That's not going to do it. I mean, obviously he's not dead. If we draw a land, I think he is just dead. He goes up to 7, but this is going to have trample. Yeah, then he would just be dead. But if we don't draw a land, then we've got some spell. All right, looks like we got there. And there's that. All right, so we made it work. You know, not my normal strategy in the format, but I think with some tweaks to the aggressive deck, you can definitely make it work. It's just you can't apply the principles that we're used to, where it's like all 2-drops and combat tricks. That doesn't work anymore. You have to select the cards that are good against the rest of the cards and kind of tune your deck accordingly. Okay, we'll see you next week. Thanks for joining us, guys. Oh, hey, if you want to send me any feedback via email, limitedresourcespodcast@gmail.com. If you'd like to follow me on Twitter, you can ask questions or just say hi on there, Marshall_LR. If you want to join the Limited Resources clan, in fact, I think we've got... Oh, yeah. Did I boot you from the clan? No, I certainly didn't. I have a question. Do you just trade away the cards you pull for ticks? Oh, that's a good question. If you guys listen to the thing, I'll just take a second to answer that while we're on here. I do not, but it's out of laziness. If you want to be like Brian Wong, the guy I do Limited Resources with, he goes infinite on Magic Online. He's also an excellent player, so that's a big part of it. But beyond that, he also micromanages his collection to the point that he does that. He trades or sells any cards he gets, basically, except for the ones that he thinks are going to go up in value long term. Beyond that, he'll ship them all off, even his commons. And I recommend doing that. I tend to not do it. I do it in big chunks, but I keep all my rares because I do play Constructed on Magic Online and I need them to play. But like the cards that I don't think I'm ever going to play in Constructed, I will ship them off as well. It helps mitigate the cost of playing on Magic Online. So anyway, if you guys want to join the clan here, you can do so by, yeah, here, see, look at that. He's in. This guy made it in the clan. Let's see if it worked. Let's see if he figured it out. Yeah, there it is. If you're not a jerk and you love Magic, that's all you have to do. Just send me a message on here and I will get you an invite sent over and you can be in the clan. You can do the Limited Resources Cube, all that kind of stuff. Last but not least, for all things Limited Resources, check out lrcast.com. Guys, thanks for watching. We'll see you next week.